Hello, everyone. You are welcome to Anchor Network, where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. And also, I would like you to look at the screen. There's a website address there that I would like you to visit, and you'll be glad you did that. Thank you very much. Despite opposition, federal government plans to launch Ruga settlements soon. There are indications that the National Economic Council will soon meet to put finishing touches on the suspended Ruga project, also known as the National Livestock Transformation Plan (NLTP). The NEC had last year approved the NLTP, which is aimed at rehabilitating internally displaced persons and developing ranches in any willing state of the Federation. Recall that President Muhammadu Buhari has come under fire for introducing the plan, with many governors accusing him of plotting to take Nigerians' land for his Fulani kinsmen. The senior special assistant to the vice president, Mr. Laolu Akonde, confirmed that interested states and the federal government were still discussing the NLTP. He said, the stage the plan is now is that the federal government and the interested states are finalizing a lot of issues, including funding. There's a plan that will commit the federal government to be part of the funding and some states as well. Very soon, these issues will be sorted out. There will be a meeting of NEC very soon to look at all these issues as consultations are going on. So we can't put a date to take off time really yet. The Punch also reports that the Ruga project is awaiting the appointment of a Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development for full kickoff. Recall that Oshibajo had distanced himself from the Ruga program, saying it was not part of the NLCP, but President AD on media, Garba Shehu, has insisted that the two projects are the same. So guys, this Ruga of a thing that we've been talking about, and people have been saying it from different quarters, most especially the people from the north, they've been saying that it's not cancelled, that it's only suspended, that no matter what people say, that this Ruga of a thing will still come up. And I still want to believe that the government will still want to go in the line of, okay, for as many that are interested, because that was what they were preaching before the suspension thing came up. And for them to be saying that it's going to come up very soon, just like what they are saying, that every plan is ongoing and very soon it will come on board. So let's agree, or let's assume that very soon it's going to be what they said before, because now they have seen the handwriting on the wall, that is not something that you can just push down the truth of the masses or any state or every state. Let's forget about all this ultimatum all these guys are just talking about. I think they are just talking from their own, from their own corner, or from the way they feel. Government does not work that way. If really it works the way they are talking about or the way they are going, of course, maybe they would have continued with that, or not even have suspended it. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see what they're going to come out with all of this is. But trying to look at what the Garba Shehu said, and even as the vice president has been denying it, that those two programs are not together. There was a time when Mieti Allah came and said, okay, that even people that are really agitating or going against this program, that even the vice president, because they believe that, a lot of people still hold vice president to high esteem, they still believe, or they still trust him, or they still like him. Majority of people, of course, there are still some people that do not really, agree to some of the things he does or the way he reacts to some things, but to be truthful, a large number of people still look up to him, to see his position on many things that has been happening in the country. So that was why the Mieti just came up and said, oh, the vice president's office is even the one championing this Ruga of a thing. So why are people doubting it? Even if they are not going to be trusting the presidency, at least they should have a kind of trust, from the office of the vice president. And immediately the vice president came up and said, no, there are two different things, that the national livestock is different from this Ruga settlement. But now the presidency is still insisting that these two programs are the same. So we don't even know who is who. We don't even know. Does it mean they don't even have a kind of agreement? They don't even know what they are doing, or they've not come to conclusion to know the meaning of the Ruga and the livestock of a thing. So that is where the whole confusion is just coming from, because the government itself they are not even having a united voice, or a combined voice to say something and let everybody really understand. People were like throwing jabs at the Fulani people, that to Fulani Miyetti Allah, to be precise, that they didn't know what they were talking about. But for Garba Shehu, who is part of the presidency, saying that the two programs are the same, so does it mean the vice president doesn't understand what the whole thing or the whole idea is all about, or they are telling him something different, and they are coming out to say something different, or they meant something different and they are not telling him that these two programs are the same? Because at the level of uh, the vice president, I think he should know what he's talking about. At his level, he shouldn't be somebody who will just wake up or be saying something that he doesn't even know. Of course, before he came out to say, no, these two things are so different. Maybe there's presidency inside presidency. We could remember when this man was saying, who is the presidency? Really, trying to remember his name. I say, who is presidency? So maybe we have presidency inside presidency. So that one you can't even rule that out. So, like they said, they are putting all plans together to make sure that this Ruga come to be. And like I said, we should not just overreact or to preempt them. Let's still believe that they are going to keep it to within the people that are interested in it. Just like a Kano state government has really agreed that they really want to go ahead with it, whether it's suspended or cancelled or whatever, that is going to help them in one way or the other. And meanwhile, the governor of a Kano state has already called on the presidency to stop the movements of a cattlemen, cattle rearers, or the S-men, stop their movement from the north to the south. Let them just be in a particular place, and which everybody commended him that he said the right thing, because that business is really meant for them. For anyone that wants to do that kind of a thing in the south or southeast or south, as you may have it, they just have to abide with the way the law of that land, of the state. They have to abide with the way they want it be done. I think that's what is still giving, or that is causing problem all over the place, because this Fulani Esme, or the Esme generally, they are used to this nomadic way of moving cattle from one place to the other, and that is what is bringing a lot of clashes between them and farmers. So in as much Gandhiji has said that he's calling on the president or the presidency or federal government that they should stop that movement, and that is the same thing that the Southeast governors have said. If really they are sincere, if really they don't have anything behind this whole thing, why can't they stay in one place, so that we'll move forward, so that we'll think and discuss of something more important? This one is just a private business that that security agency would have dealt with. We don't know why the presidency is just involving itself in this matter. It's not something that we'll be discussing. It's going to a month that people have been talking Ruga of 18. Ruga, what is Ruga? People are saying, what is Ruga? This Ruga of 18, what's the meaning? Self. So that we'll move on to something else. We have a lot of things. We have a lot of things that we really need to do as a nation. This is their second term, which they call next level. Shouldn't be we talking about cattlemen, cattle, whatever, farmers and all of that. Everybody's supposed to be doing their own thing independently, and not government involving in the whole thing. If there's something that government needs to come in, if you think that you're not going to be law abiding, that is when government should be able to step in and curb all this whatever. But when it comes to the issue that will move the country forward, that will build individuals, we have a lot of young graduates all over the place. What are the technological process being put in place that will really enhance them, that will make us move forward to even attain what other developed countries are really doing? And now they still want to commit the taxpayers' money initially, and that was one of the reasons people were like, okay, this Ruga of 18, and this is a private business, and you want to commit the taxpayers' money into this business that is supposed to be a private thing, and people are really raising highbrow on this matter. So we don't even know what they really meant by all of this. Maybe they need to come out and explain. I mean, maybe that was why they suspended it. And some of their people were like, the federal government did not give a good explanation on how these things will really work, because they didn't plan it. They just tried to throw it to people, and I believe they really expected that maybe they felt okay, maybe it could really work, but the rate at which people received the message was not really too good, and they had to go back. And that was what they ought to have done. Maybe coming now again, even if they want to introduce it or reintroduce it, they have a better plan to be able to carry everybody along, so that this whole thing will be a thing of the past. And when it comes to security or insecurity, as you may want to call it, let them deal with it. We have the security agencies. But now that these people are coming out, the army is saying that they want to start ranches all over the country. We don't even know the angle they are talking from. So guys, that is just my opinion concerning the commencement of Ruga very soon from the federal government. Leave your comments below and let's have your own take. Thank you very much. Bye.